We kept on driving with the lights off, shining bright like we're dying. I need you to look in my eyes and tell me if they're on fire. I'm higher when you are around. I never wanna come down. I never wanna come down. I never wanna come down. impossible is you didn't have no one. And there I was, thinking it's just me with all my problems and my twisted dreams. Turns out everyone feels loneliness when you love so hard till there's nothing left. Or just looking for someone to love you. Searching for someone to. Everyone feels loneliness when you love so hard till there's nothing left. You're just looking for someone to I need you every second. You should be here. Sometimes I can be nothing. Sometimes I can be a kid. You still love me. Ooh, baby, wake me up if I am dreaming, because you're real. Ooh, baby, wake me up if I am dreaming, because you're real. Give me up. Have a conversation, cause I'm running out of patience. Give me up, yeah, yeah. Give me up, have a conversation, cause I'm running out of patience. Give me up, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Give me up, oh yeah.
Yeah, DJ Tops in the house.
Yeah, bringing the beat.
That was fire. That was fire. I hope you guys were here early, jamming.
Yeah.
We are in our final session.
We've come so far.
We've come so far. We started here last night. And now we're back.
We're back tonight.
In the final session. Actually, low-key, it is not the final session.
Oh.
Because your conference experience is actually going to end right here on Sunday night.
Tomorrow.
Live at 5. So be on the street.
Yeah.
At 10 to 5 tomorrow.
It's going to be so exciting.
It's going to be epic.
Yeah.
But this will be like the final session. And then we're going to end your experience on Sunday, which is tomorrow.
Guys.
And I think we're going to leave this mystery box till Sunday.
All right. Oh.
So we want to keep you guys mystified. Mysterialized.
Yeah.
And we're going to keep this till Sunday. You guys can keep bidding.
Yes.
You can just leave comments on Instagram. Follow us at City Conf, at City Youth Conf. And you can leave your bids in there. And we'll find a winner for this mystery box.
100%.
On Sunday.
Guys, you want to get in this.
It's just a ploy to get you guys to come back on Sunday. But there's some good stuff in here. Right now, we have the Air Hockey Championship Finals.
Hockey Championship Finals.
South Africa made it
somehow
to the final.
Somehow.
I mean, I think we know. He's blessed and highly favored.
Yes, that's true.
He told us earlier.
Yeah.
He's blessed and highly favored. Okay, and that's how he made it through.
Yeah.
But not only that, he's going up against Miss Sally from down south.
Down south.
You know what I mean?
U.S.
of A.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got America versus South Africa in the air hockey championships.
USA versus RSA.
RSA.
Look at me, I'm a genius.
And it's gonna go down. This is gonna be the finals of all finals.
Yeah.
So strap yourselves down.
Yeah.
Are you guys ready?
Are you guys ready
for the finals?
Let's hear some noise for the finals.
Let's go. Let's hear some noise.
Yeah.
Cool. Are we ready to go over there?
Yeah.
I think we should
let's go over there to Joe Buck and Bo Bacon.
Take
us away.
Take us away.
Howdy. We're here live right now. Live right here. Can you believe it, Bo?
Hello.
Bo is back. He lost his teardrop. I guess he didn't kill a guy. I don't know. But he's back with us. He's still got a cigarette. He's kind of quit smoking a little bit, but it's all right. And we're super excited to be here live. Are you guys excited? Are you guys excited? Are you? These guys are excited. I'm excited. Bo's excited. Hey, let's get to it. We got South Africa and USA in the finals. I'm American. He's South African. This is gonna be fun. Who you rooting for?
I don't know, man. The eyes on America are sparkling at me.
Okay. All right, Jonathan Abrams, I guess I got to be your support. I don't know. I'm going to be going both ways. We'll just see what happens. All right, well, as our team gets warmed up, we're going to go to our sponsors. They're going to be a little bit of stretching for us. They're going to be getting ready, going through their routines before we get ready for the finals. But as we get ready for this finals round is going to be 5 points for the win. So 5 points. They got to get to 5 points to win. There's no shootouts or nothing like that. They got to win in 5 points total, all right? But we do want to thank our lovely sponsors, Safeguard, that keep us sanitized throughout the entire weekend, as well as Mentos for stepping in last minute when Lucas Aid and Powers Aid decided to get out. They decided to just get out, you know? So we're super excited. We got the prize money, 200 Rand for the winner, and this lovely trophy behind me. It's going down. The winner gets this. You guys ready to get this? So ready. Miss Sally's ready. Jonathan Abrams, are you ready? All right, Jonathan Abrams ain't talking. He's just getting ready. All right. Are you ready for liftoff? Are you ready for kickoff?
I've been ready ever since I got out of prison.
Crowd, are you with me? Are you guys excited? USA, South Africa, here we go. In 3, 2, 1, go! Oh, and we got a foul by South Africa. The puck is off of the court. Jonathan Abrams got his signature move called load shedding, and as well as we got Sally, Miss Sally, she's got the pageant queen as her lovely, we'll see what happens here. There's some excitement. It's going slow right now. Let's see here. Oh, Miss Sally gets point number 1. 1-0. And Jonathan Abrams is very, 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 very sad. I don't know what's happening. He's disappointed. So disappointed. But Miss Sally is doing great over there. Let's see if Jonathan Abrams can bring load shedding sometime today. I don't know if it's going to happen. He just goes bang, 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 bang. He's getting ready for that load shedding move. But it ain't happening. Load shedding, let's go. Where's that pageant queen at? Pageant queen. Oh, it's 1-1. It is 1-1. All right. Uh-oh. Jonathan Abrams is excited now because he got a point in. We have lost the puck somewhere inside of the game. Hello. Over to us here at our sponsors. 200 Rand from good old Nelson Mandela. Rest in peace. We want to thank him so much for getting his lovely face on here. Doesn't he look beautiful? It's the biggest bill here in South Africa. It's great. Any wise words from you over here, Mr. Bo?
Yes. What is yellow, and if it hits you in the eyes, will kill you?
A snake?
A school bus.
Oh, That's a good one. Did we get some pucks? That was a good joke, Bo. Wow, I didn't know you had those kind of jokes in you. All right, kickoff is 1-1. Let's do this. Here we go. Oh, wow. Oh, it's 2-1. South Africa, he is pushing down the earth. You know, like Chuck Norris, you know? When Chuck Norris does a push-up, he doesn't do a push-up, he pushes the earth. Jonathan Abrams is trying to do that over there. It's 2-1. I can't tell if Sally's mad or happy to play this sport. She's got no expression on her face right now. She just hit that off of there. We got 2-1, 2-1 over here. Can we hear for USA? Hear for USA. The typical USA chant. USA. South Africa. Oh! Miss Sally tried to stop it with her hand. And then Jonathan Abrams comes in with the kill. It's 3-1. Jonathan Abrams from South Africa and Miss Sally, America won. Here we go again. Let's see what happens. We've lost the puck again, but that's okay.
That's what happens when you get hit by the load shedder.
Load shedder just knocks you out, gets it in there.
Yo.
Oh, whoa. South Africa, Jonathan Abrams. Oh, it's 4-1, Jonathan Abrams to South Africa. Miss Sally, are you going to bring the pageant queen and get one in here? Come on. Let's see what happens. South Africa and U.S. Come on, South Africa, get you behind your boy. Oh, she's taking off the shirt. Watch out. USA, loud and proud. RSA in USA. That's kind of cute. And kickoff. Let's go. We have a winner. We have a winner. It is 5-1. South Africa wins the Air Hockey World Series. Can you believe it? 200 rings and a trophy. Oh my goodness, it's happening right here, right now. We're going to come to you live in just a moment. Bo, do you have any final words for us?
No. Thank you.
No words at all, but we want to thank you guys so much. We have our lovely host here with us tonight.
Man, here we go. We're gonna do the ceremony. The
Right now,
trophy ceremony.
right now.
Right now.
Oh man, here we go. Let's do this thing.
South Africa. Have we got that anthem ready?
Oh,
We got that South African
the
anthem
whole
ready?
anthem.
South Africa, Jonathan Abrams.
Make your way.
Jonathan Abrams,
He's getting his flag.
Getting the flag. I see.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Come this side, Jonathan Abrams. We're going to present you with this lovely trophy.
we just want to ask you some questions quickly.
Questions, yeah, that's a good thing.
What was going through your mind when that final puck went in and you won?
I just want to send a shout out to Yth Conf, Penny Hines, Francho Pina, Nelson Mandela.
Yes.
I did it for you guys. Yes. I think I'm too emotional to talk now, man. Yo, it was a tough game. Yo, mentally, I wasn't focused, but yo, you guys pulled me through, eh? Yo.
I love how Wade Fanika was the first person there that was mentioned.
Recognize real men. You know it. I'm a world champion. He's a world champion. Yo, hit me up. Wait for Nick. Jonathan Abrams.
Sweet.
Man, that is
sweet.
fantastic. Well, we want to say congratulations. Well done for winning the championship.
Yeah.
What are you going to do with this trophy?
I just want to share it with my friend Mike. Mike on the mics. Hey, what a guy. What a guy. What a legend. We did it, my friend. We did it.
What happened to Jakub?
Jakub was in the game shop. He just showed me the way. This one is for you also.
Well,
Well
there
done,
you have
well done.
it.
There you have it, guys.
Well, there you have it.
There you have it. And your 200
And
rand.
200 rand.
Well done.
Aye. Yeah. That was fantastic.
Miss Sally, my heart is broken.
Which is what they usually do.
All right, but it's gonna be good. Thank you so much, Bo.
You'll
South
be
Africa
okay.
takes it away.
Of course they did. I had no doubt.
You know what? Might have. Hey, technically, it was great. It was a great time having you guys out with us. Thank you for tuning in to Air Hockey World Series 2020. I cannot wait for 21. I think all of us can't wait for 21. I mean, Ramaphosa a couple days ago just made us down to stage 1 coming in this next week. That means I can go home soon, which is exciting. I can go visit my family. And also the holidays are coming. We got Christmas and it's gonna be hot here.
Yeah, that's true.
Got any exciting things planned for the holidays?
Staying out of prison.
Staying out of prison. Oh man, that's exciting. Let me just thank you guys one more time for tuning in with us. Thank you to all the fans. Thank you to everybody that showed up, played from Germany, different places. We just want to thank you so much. This is the end of our broadcast. We're gonna go over to our host. Thank you so much. Peace.
Yeah, there we go. South Africa won it.
South
took
Africa
it
won
home.
it. I love
Man,
it.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Right now, we're going to go into our final session. Man, it is going to be phenomenal. We want to encourage you guys to lean in.
Yeah.
And Sivu is going to end us off. Man, it's going to be phenomenal.
With a
So we want
power
to encourage
word.
you guys, man, send that link to somebody quickly.
Yeah.
Before you go anywhere, just send that link.
Yeah.
Let them know that their lives are about to be changed, man. We're about to end this final session of conference. It's going to be
Finally, it's
amazing.
here. It's here, guys.
You
It's
guys
here.
ready for it?
So we're keen. We're ready. We're ready.
The question is, are you
Are
guys ready?
you guys ready? Well,
Let's
get
go.
into it.
Alpha. Dust to finger. Word to the impossible. Love personified. You. If you're anything like me, at some point you've wondered if God brought you out baked all the way through. Like God of all the universe seemed to perfect everyone, but somehow managed to miss a thing or two when it came to you. I came to tell you, it's not true. You weren't a fleeting thought, a light bulb moment, or something God made half asleep with leftover dust. The pioneer's hand moved gracefully along the pages of your creation. You are a walking and breathing self-portrait of himself. You're like God's favorite 2-hour movie, and he's watching you for the 12th time today. His eyes constantly on you. And in response to his love, he asks you that you keep your eyes constantly on him. Remove the scales from your eyes and let the light in. Fixate your gaze on the greater things not of this world. Set your sights on the narrow path, running your race with the joy set before you. And if you ever grow weary of looking up, remember the cloud of witnesses that came before you, cheering you on while you watch God for the 12th time today, like he might just be your favorite 2-hour movie. And before you know it, the end of your race will introduce itself. Omega, your name in his book, his crown on your head. Well done, good and faithful servant. Don't give up.
Yeah, so good. Spoken word. Man, the creative elements in this conference throughout this day and this conference has been so good. So good, man. So many creative people out there just submitting their stuff, and man, we just keep continually to be
they're
blessed.
out here crispy.
So good.
Guys, perfect. Well done. Thank you to everyone who contributed a creative element.
Yeah.
We've loved every single second of it. The spoken word, the dancing, the choir. Guys, it's been an amazing day. It's been a great day. But now,
it's time to lean in.
Yeah.
Because Sivu is going to bring the word.
The word.
The final one. The final
The
word.
final word.
She always has the final word as well in her
Yes,
household.
by the
Esther
way,
tells us.
just so you know.
And man, we hope you guys are going to be so encouraged, man. We
Yeah.
want to encourage you. You guys have been phenomenal in
Yes,
the comments.
comments.
But we want to encourage you to lean in even more
Yeah.
right now, man. This is going to be such a
Yeah.
good word for you guys. So we want you to lean in because Sivu's going to bring such a good word on fixing our eyes.
Fixing our eyes.
And running the race
Yeah.
that is set before us. So you guys ready? We encourage you, lean in. Here we go. Sivu's about to preach.
Take us away.
Hey, what's up, City Youth Conference 2020? I can't believe that we're actually saying that. If we haven't met before, my name is Siwe, and to be honest, I am overwhelmed. It's a little bit surreal that we're in our final session of City Youth Conf 2020. In fact, if you had spoken to me beginning of the year or even end of last year when we started planning this, and you had told me that we'd do an online conference and that I'd be standing here in the final session, I wouldn't have believed you. But here we are. We made it to the end, and if you've been with us right up till this moment, well done. You did it. We made it to the end together. You have perseverance and endurance wrapped up all in one. We had some great speakers speaking directly from God's word and really speaking about what God has laid on their hearts. And I really hope that you're feeling so encouraged and emboldened, because I know that's how I'm walking away from this conference. So what I'm going to do now is I just want to pray for us, and then we are going to jump right into this final session. Lord, I thank you that you have everything under control. Thank you, Jesus, that you know all things and that nothing catches you by surprise. And I just pray for this last session, Lord. Thank you that everybody that's watching, you wanted them to watch, you intended them to watch, and that you have a word that you would like to speak directly into their hearts. So thank you, Lord, for the way that you've been preparing us for this exact moment. And we trust in you, Jesus, to do exactly what you plan to do, Lord. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, so I know that we are clawing our way out of national lockdown, right? Hashtag level 2, we're so excited. But I really want to take you back to the first, week or two of lockdown. Remember when we all thought that lockdown was going to be 3 weeks? Let's all laugh together at wishful thinking. But the first week or two of lockdown, I remember there being so many trends, things that you could do to fill your time. I mean, in that 2 weeks alone, I think Les and I baked 2 loaves of banana bread. We had cakes almost on every third day. We watched and recorded TikToks, but thankfully we didn't upload them. You're welcome. We did a lot of reading. In fact, at one point, we thought we were going to be athletes, and so we did a whole bunch of home workouts. Those were pretty fun. But we also did the Dalgona coffee challenge. If you did that and you loved it, please let me know in the comments below. I'd love to know what you thought about it. But the number one thing that we did in that first week of lockdown, I have to say, we watched a lot of TV. I know I'm not the only one. Come on, there must be someone else that watched a lot of TV. We watched so much TV, in fact, that we had to go into the archives, right, to find those classic series, the series that you watched before, that you loved, that you wanted to recap. And my favorite series, or one of my favorite series of all time, is The Amazing Race. It is such a good series. And if you're not familiar with The Amazing Race, couples form teams, and together they travel around the world looking for clue upon clue, doing challenge after challenge with the hope that they will be the couple standing at the end and win, you guessed it, $1 million. It's a phenomenal series, really. It showcases the world, the challenges are interesting and exciting. I really loved watching The Amazing Race. And just as you expect, life is never as it seems. And so as these guys are doing challenge after challenge, every now and then they get met with a roadblock or a speed bump or a detour or a U-turn. And basically what these challenges are is that it's designed to almost be like a spanner in the works, right? It's like everything is going great. You feel like you're in the rhythm of the race, and all of a sudden you have to do 2 activities instead of the 1. Or you have to choose between the activities, which one you're going to do, and you have to nominate either yourself or your teammate to do it, kind of hoping that you've made the right decision. But all of this is designed to sort of, just shake things up a little bit, add a little bit of spice. And as we're watching The Amazing Race, Les and I discovered that there's 2 groups of people, right? 2 kinds of people that exist, Group A and Group B. Why not let me know in the comments which you think you are? Are you Group A or Group B? Basically, Group A, unfortunately, I am a Group A-er. Group A people are people that have their eyes set on a prize They understand what's at stake, $1 million, right? They're pumped in the beginning. But then as soon as the roadblock comes, oh my word, they crumble to a mush. I mean, they're panicking, freaking out, even start fighting between themselves as a team. And often, because their eyes are not set on the ultimate goal, they veer off in the opposite direction, sometimes costing them that leg of the race or the whole race as a whole. Team A over here. But then you get Group B people. I feel like this is a Group B person. Group B people are people who know there's $1 million at stake. Maybe I don't like that there's mud under my nails. Maybe I don't like that I have to eat weird foods. But you know what? At the end of the day, I want that $1 million prize and I'm going to push through. So regardless of the challenges that come their way, they're willing to admit that it sucks and they're disappointed, but then they take all of that energy and all of those emotions and they forge ahead because there's money to be won, people. And the fundamental difference between Group A and Group B people is perspective. And when I had a look at what perspective is, I found that perspective is a particular attitude towards something or a viewpoint, right? So it's a way that you approach something or the way that you see a challenge that's facing you. Group A people, meltdown. Group B people acknowledge the challenge but forge through regardless. And the more that I thought about the Amazing Race, in both of my Amazing Race musings, I found that this was so similar to the theme that we have for conference this year. And if you've made it up to this point, you know that our conference theme this year is Fix Your Eyes on Jesus. In fact, it's found in Hebrews 12, verse 2, and I love it so much because here we have Jesus, the ultimate example. He had a joy set before him, and so much so that he was willing to overcome the shame, even go to the cross, just so that the earth, you and I, could be redeemed to him and that we could have an opportunity to have a relationship with the Father, which I think is just the greatest example ever. And so while I was preparing for what I wanted to say at this final session, I was reminded of my favorite figure of faith in the Bible. His name is Abram, which later changed to Abraham. I know Brandon spoke a little bit about Abram before and a little bit about a story, but I just love the account on Abraham because he just believed God. If God said something was going to happen, if God asked him to do something, he was so set on who God is and knowing that God is good that he just did it. So to give you a little context on Abraham, he and his family were found in a little place called Ur. In fact, Ur was just a hectic place. There were all sorts of evils happening there. I mean, these people were almost hell-bent on doing exactly the opposite of what God said was right. And yet, even in the midst of all of this chaos, there was a man that stood apart. And he stood apart because he had faith and he found favor with God. And so at some point, Abraham and his whole family move out of Ur into Babylonia. And this is where we see sort of the first encounter, or there's the first account of an encounter between God and Abram. And so what happens is, God meets Abram in a place, and he sort of gives him this big vision, big dream. He says, man, if you're in a covenant with me, if you trust me, you obey me, you hold on to everything I say is good, I promise you, I will give you descendants. I'm going to give you nations as your inheritance. I'm going to be with you. I'm never going to leave you. It's a really beautiful moment, actually, that you can read in Genesis. And it kind of reminds me of that scene in Lion King. Any Lion King lovers? Holla. That scene with Mufasa and young Simba. Where Simba's asking, Dad, what belongs to us? And ultimately, what's going to belong to me when I become king? And Mufasa almost says, everything the light touches is ours and will be yours. That's kind of the account that we see here. God is saying, if you enter this covenant with me, if you trust me, you obey me, everything the light touches will be yours. Here's the snag. Sarai, Abram's wife, could not have children. So it's kind of like God is giving this really big vision about what's about to happen. But then when you're looking at the physical world, you're like, I mean, in order to get nations and descendants, you kind of need to start with the one son. How do we get the one son if Sarai can't even have that one son? And so God gives Abram this promise and says to him that if you hold on to me, I'm going to give you nations, descendants. And there's a whole bunch of other things as well that happened in Abram's life, a whole bunch of other faith texts. Like, for instance, at one point, God says to him, you know what, I need you to pack up your life, pack up your things, and you're going to go to a land that I'm going to show you. And Abraham did it. I mean, it's almost like packing up your room right now and sort of saying, well, I'm just going to get to my door and see where God tells me to go. That's exactly what happened in the Word. A whole bunch of other things happened, but what was unwavering was Abraham and his trust and his hope in Jesus. Then, after all of this happened, they were waiting and waiting for this one promise to be fulfilled, right? For Abraham and Sarai to get their son. And ultimately, in Genesis 21, Isaac arrives. So God gave a promise and he fulfilled it. They waited forever for Isaac to arrive, but he was finally here. And you sort of assume that we made it, people. You can cue the orchestra music. You know, you can all go home now. Thank you for coming. Bring on the credits. The movie is over. And then there's another roadblock. Kind of like the Amazing Race runners, where they feel like they finished a leg and there's yet another challenge they need to get through. This is where Abram was finding himself. Here is a plot twist. So, to give you a little bit of context, in chapter 22 of Genesis, this is what God says. I'm going to read it for us. After these things, God tested Abraham's faith, and God said to Abraham, God said to him, Abraham, and he answered, that's Abraham, here I am. Then God said, take your only son Isaac, the son you love, and go to the land of Moriah. Kill him there and offer him as a whole burnt offering on one of the mountains I will tell you about. What? Wait. God gives Abram a promise. The promise is fulfilled. We have the fulfillment of the promise in Isaac. Then God, to test his faith, as if Abraham hasn't proven his faith time and time again, tests him one more time, another roadblock, and says, I want to see if you love me more than you love Isaac. Sacrifice him on a mountain that I will show you. When I read this, I started thinking, what do you think Abraham is feeling at this time? Maybe he felt angry. Like, are you kidding me? Another test? Maybe he felt confused. Did I hear right? Did God say descendants, nations, or did he just say descendant? And maybe he felt a little bit heartbroken. It's his only son. He's been hoping for Isaac to arrive for decades, and he's finally here, and now he's faced with a challenge. He has to ask himself, do I love God, or do I love the promise more than I love the promise giver? Here's the thing. The account doesn't really tell us how Abraham felt, but what it does say is that Abraham was obedient. In fact, in verse 3 it says, Abraham got early in the morning and saddled his donkey. I don't see any questions here about, are you sure you want me to do this? He did it. He was obedient because Abraham's gaze was set on the Father. He knew who God was. He knew how God had carried him through this life up to this point, and he knew that because God was faithful before, he wouldn't stop being faithful now. And so, I don't know if anybody else kind of feels the way I do, but I feel like I've sort of been here before. Sure. Okay, to be fair, I am not a 100-year-old man who has been waiting for decades for a son to be born, is finally born, and now have to sacrifice him. But I think I've been in a situation similar, where I've received a word from God or a promise from God, a promise of how he's going to fulfill or where he's going to take me in my life. But my ETA, my estimated time of arrival, and the route that I want to take looks very different to God's estimated time of arrival and the route that he is wanting to take me on. All of a sudden, the vision and the dream that I'd seen so crystal clear is now really blurry. And this is a dangerous spot to leave myself in, because if I don't readjust my gaze, if I don't fix my eyes on Jesus again, I could veer off in the wrong direction altogether. And I could risk losing all of the progress I've made or losing out on the race altogether. You know, when you talk about fixing your eyes, sometimes you feel like it's this fluffy light day, right? It's like, come on, fix your eyes on Jesus. Almost like it's an optional extra that you can add onto your life if you're feeling bougie that day, you know, like a supersize at McDonald's or something. But I'm here to encourage us that fixing our eyes on Jesus is not an optional extra. In fact, it is vital and integral if we want to run this race and run it well. And it's vital and integral for three reasons. The first is we are finite, but God is infinite.
Sure.
We have limits, God doesn't. We have boundaries, God does not. I mean, the very breath that we need to sustain our bodies and to survive, we can't even control that, let alone, you know, journey this life and put ourselves where we need to be at the right moment. But God, who is limitless, is the one who says, hand yourself over to me, I will take care of you. And we see this in Abraham's life, where he says, I'm going to give you nations, descendants. But Abraham is like, but I don't even have the first son. God can do that because he doesn't have bounds. The second reason why it's vital for us to fix our eyes on Jesus is because things change, but God does not. If you ever needed an example of things changing on a whim, let's take a look at 2020, right? Maybe you were finally going to be in matric, you were going to get that tuck shop line, or you were looking forward to your matric dance. Or maybe you were hoping to make that first sports team, finally. Or maybe, because I was also an academic at school, you're kind of hoping for that one last term to do well so you can get that scroll to put on your blazer. But now everything's changed. And so if you have your focus on a moving target, something that isn't stable, something that is here today and gone tomorrow, when things change or when things don't happen the way we planned or saw them happening, and when they crumble, because they will, then we're left in a heap, we don't know where to go. But fixing our eyes on Jesus is a sure win that we will be stable. And the last reason why it's integral that we fix our eyes on Jesus is because then we're secure. Just like I mentioned before, if we are focusing on a moving target, we're in trouble because we're never going to hit it right in the middle. But if we trust a God that is stable, that is proven, He is true, He is faithful, then no matter what happens around us, our gaze is set on something that doesn't change because it isn't in His nature to lie. And so it's really, really important that we fix our eyes, because when we don't, a number of things can happen. The first is that we can get distracted. We can veer off. We can lose focus. I can't tell you how many episodes in The Amazing Race where one of the teams would focus on the wrong word in the clue, misunderstand it completely, and spend the entire episode going in the wrong direction. You're kind of screaming at the screen, turn the other way. And these guys either waste a lot of time or lose the race altogether. The same thing can happen to us. If our eyes are not fixed on Jesus, no matter what comes our way, we're blown, we're distracted, and we're pushed off course. The second thing that happens when we don't fix our eyes on Jesus is that we doubt who God is. The enemy loves having us in that space, because then he can ask us, are you sure God has a plan for your life? Are you sure that God would want to use you in the midst of all of your friends to make a difference? But when our eyes are fixed on Jesus, we know Him, and we can trust Him. So when He says, I have a plan for your life, I know what I'm doing, I have everything under control, you can believe that. And then, the last reason why it's so important for us to fix our eyes on Jesus, that when we don't, we can miss the point. One of my favorite lockdown reads is Don't Waste Your Life, and it talks about how this idea of our lives, we get the fullest life when we spend it following God's heart, having Him as our one desire, and inviting others to do the same. Can you imagine getting to the end of your Amazing Race life and realizing that you spent it doing the wrong thing? I would be devastated. What a waste. Now that we've spent some time talking about what happens when we don't fix our eyes, I really want to encourage us about what could happen when we do. The first thing is that we affirm that God is our greatest and only desire. Here's the thing. When we trip up on little things or we let things distract us, then our focus shifts off of God and moves on to that. But when we fix our eyes on Jesus, we're saying that our ultimate desire is getting to know Him, following after His heart, and spending our lives just falling more in love with Him and encouraging others to do the same. The second thing, when we fix our eyes on Jesus, is that we don't waste our lives focused on the wrong things. This is so important. It's so easy to build our lives in a way that we think is, I don't know, going to give us the most adventure-filled, full life. But can I tell you that those things seem to be what it takes to make an exciting, full life, but it isn't. It's just going to make us go round and round in circles, and at the end of the day, we're wasting our time and our lives because we're focused and put energy into the wrong thing.
That's good.
And the last thing is that it will give us a full life. I feel like I'm repeating myself, but it's so important. A life with Jesus is a full life because it will be an adventure that you could never imagine. When we trust God, He will guide us and take us into places that we could have never built or thought of on our own. It is so, so important to make sure that we keep realigning and fixing our eyes on Jesus. Now, if you're like me, you want to know what happened with Abraham, right? We kind of spoke about him in the beginning, but then just kind of left the story hanging. And I'm going to pick it up from Genesis 22 from verse 11. So at this point, Abraham has taken Isaac. I mean, they've got the wood here, they've got all of the things tagged, they're making their way onto I think it's Mount Moriah. And so at this point, Isaac asks his dad, hey, we've got the knife and we've got the wood, you know, where's the the sacrifice. What are we actually sacrificing? And Abraham says to Isaac, you know what? God is going to provide what we're going to sacrifice. And so from verse 11, this is what happens, because now he set everything up. He says, but the angel of the Lord called to him from heaven and said, Abraham, Abraham. Abraham answered, yes. The angel said, don't kill your son or hurt him in any way. Now I can see that you trust God and that you have not kept your son, your only son, from me. Then Abraham looked up and saw a male sheep caught in a bush by its horns. So Abraham went and took the sheep and killed it. He offered it as a whole burnt offering to God, and his son was saved. Man, I just love this account so much. I love it so much because I think upon reading it for the first time, it kind of feels like, why would God even do that? Why would God give a promise, fulfill the promise, and then ask for the very thing that he gave Abraham? Doesn't that seem, I don't know, doesn't it seem a bit backwards? Doesn't it seem like God doesn't know what he's doing? And so often the same thing happens to us, right? Challenges, roadblocks, speed bumps come in our way, take our attention away from God, and we focus on that. But what Abraham did here is that even though he loved his son, it was a fulfillment of a promise. He was so excited to finally have Isaac. He proved in that moment that he loved God more, and God honored him for that and for the faith. And so there's three life lessons that I took from Abraham's account over here that I feel like we can apply to our own lives. And the first is this: fixing your eyes on Jesus is difficult. Just because it's right, it doesn't mean it's easy. That sucks, right? But it's so true. In fact, when we fix our eyes on Jesus, we might even encounter more speed bumps. We might even encounter more detours, more spanners in the works. But I really want to encourage you that we are never alone in that. That's the promise that we have in Jesus. So yes, we may experience things that will challenge us, stop us in our tracks, but we are never ever alone. The second thing is that when we fix our eyes on Jesus, it requires a first step. We can talk the talk, but walking the walk is just as important as well. And if you're anything like me, when you sign up initially or the first day, you've got big energy. But when it comes to showing up and making sure to be consistent in that, that's where I kind of veer off the path. But fixing our eyes on Jesus means that we understand that our faith, if it doesn't have works, is actually dead. And so that we need to act on our faith for us to fix our eyes on Jesus. And the last thing is that fixing our eyes on God is so worth it. Let's take Abraham's account, for instance. He had a son that he loved, but he wanted to prove that he loved God more. And so as he was about to sacrifice his son, God takes the story and changes it around and provides a sacrifice in place of Isaac. So while Abraham was busy honoring God, God actually flipped it around and said, I'm going to honor you because of your big faith, and provided the sacrifice. It's difficult, we'll have to take the first step, but fixing our eyes on Jesus is always so worth it. Here's the exciting part. Generations and generations later, God gives his own beloved son to die in our place, to finish what Abraham couldn't finish all of those generations before, just so that we can come into relationship with him, know him, and love him. So I really want to encourage us. Let's not be like Group A people, right? That we spoke about a little bit earlier. People who have their eyes set on the prize, understand there's $1 million at stake, but you know what? As they go ahead, they just find that all of the speed bumps, all of the challenges take them off course, and they waste their lives focusing or fixating on the wrong things. Rather, I really want to encourage us to be like Group B contestants. People who are like, my eyes are so fixed on that. I'm so fixed on Jesus. No matter what happens around me, I know that God is always good. God always cares for me, and he has my best interest at heart. So don't look left or look right. Adjust your eyesight and fix your eyes. I really hope that encourages you. And if you are comfortable, we'd love to invite you to join us as we head into a time of worship now.
Hey, City Youth Conference Final Night, man. We're ready to worship with you. Why don't you stand to your feet and join us? It is gonna be amazing. Let's go!
Over
presence is an open door. We want you, Lord, like never before. Your presence is an open door. So come now, Lord, like never before. Oh, come and move now. Yeah, come.
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
Amen.
Hallelujah.
Man, that is phenomenal.
Yeah.
But listen, guys, don't take your seats. Don't take your seats.
We ain't
Stay
done yet.
standing.
We ain't done yet.
We ain't
Hold
done.
on. Hold
We
on.
just came to tell you.
Yes.
We think it's time for a praise party.
Oh. Praise party.
Y'all thought we were just gonna do 2 songs.
Uh-huh.
But we're not gonna do 2 songs.
No, no, no.
We're gonna have a praise party. So right now,
Yes.
if your volume's on 30,
Ooh.
turn it up to 50.
Ooh.
If there is a coffee table in the way, move it out the way.
Out the way.
Because we're about to praise God.
Uh-huh.
It is the last session
Yeah.
of conference. We want to
Guys.
lay it all out
Yeah.
for the glory of
For
God.
the glory of
And so,
God.
wherever you are,
Yes.
let's get ready.
Uh-huh.
Because I'm about to put my guitar on.
Oh.
And we're about to sing
Oh.
about His good grace.
Yes.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
People come together, strangers, neighbors, our blood is one. Children of generations, of every nation, His kingdom come. So don't let your heart be troubled. Hold your head up, I don't fear no evil. Fix your eyes on this one truth. God is madly in love with you. So take courage, hold on, be strong. Remember where our help comes from. Whoa. praise go up as the walls come down. All creation, everything with breath, repeat the sound. All his children, clean hands, pure hearts, good grace, good God. His name is Jesus. Say what? Will you heavens? Let the praise go up as the walls come down. All creation, everything with breath, repeat the sound. All his children, clean hands, pure hearts, good grace, good God. His name is Jesus. Say why? All you heavens, let the praise go up as the walls come down. All creation, everything with breath, repeat the sound. All his children, clean hands, pure hearts, good grace, good God. His name is Jesus. Swing wide, swing wide, swing wide. All you heavens, let the praise go up as the walls come down. All creation, everything with breath, repeat the sound. All his children, clean hands, pure hearts, good grace, good God. His name is Jesus. What's his name? Jesus, our redemption, our salvation is in his blood. Sing it out, sing it out. Jesus, the light of heaven, friend forever. His kingdom come. Jesus, Jesus, our redemption, our salvation is in his blood. Everybody say, Jesus, light of heaven, friend forever. His kingdom come. One more time, just the voices. Jesus, our redemption, our salvation is in his blood. Jesus, light of heaven, friend forever, his kingdom come. Oh, let's give him praise, give him praise. Jesus, our redemption, our salvation is in his blood. Jesus, light of heaven, friend forever, his kingdom come. 'Cause we will sing, we will dance till the earth echoes the heavens. Sing his praise till we see the other side. 'Cause we belong to the light when the night is at its darkest. Just hold on till the dawn will soon arrive. We can feel the winds are changing. There's a new day on the rise, and the atmosphere is changing as the new world comes to got a feeling the darkness won't last very long. I got a feeling the darkness won't last very long. I got a feeling, I got a feeling the darkness won't last very long. I got a feeling, 'cause I got a feeling the darkness won't last very long. 'Cause I got a feeling the darkness won't last very long. So let us sleeping world awaken. There's a new day on the rise, and the enemy is shaking as the graveyard springs to life. We will sing, we will dance till the earth echoes the heavens. Sing His praise till we see the other side. Let us sleeping world. So let us sleeping world awaken. There's a new day on the rise, and the enemy is shaking as the graveyards come to life. Let us sleeping world awaken. There's a new day on the rise, and the enemy is shaking as the graveyards bring to life. So we will sing, we will dance till the earth echoes in heaven. Sing His praise till we see the other side. Jesus, our redemption, our salvation is in His blood. Jesus, the light of heaven, reign forever. His kingdom come. Jesus, our redemption, our salvation is in His blood. Jesus, light of heaven, reign forever. His kingdom come. One more time, everybody. Jesus, our redemption, our salvation is in His blood. Jesus, light of heaven, reign forever. His king. Oh, let's give Him praise tonight, Jesus. Yeah.
Come on, how good was that?
Wow.
Conference 2020, how crazy. We're going crazy. I hope you enjoyed at home. I hope you moved the chairs
Yeah.
out of the way.
That
How
was
good was that?
crazy.
That was amazing.
I can't believe just like that, it's done.
Whoa.
We didn't get to say goodbye.
Hello.
Wait,
Yo, you don't think we're just gonna leave you like that? Come on. Hold on. Forget these guys.
Are we
for a
ready?
second. Guys, it's been so good being your host. We'll see you next year, 2021, perhaps. Who knows?
On Sunday.
We're doing it.
Yes.
We are doing it.
Yes, we are doing it. 2021. But tomorrow, guys, we're gonna be your host one last time.
Okay. Enough of this tomfoolery.
Let's
We take
finally
it-
end off the last session for today, officially for Conference 2020.
Conference 2020 is
done!
done! Okay, before you, we just. Whoa! It's still a party.
My heart.
Just checking if everyone's alive.
It's crazy. We don't even know what's
was so
happening
loud.
anymore. I'm 100% deaf in this year.
Right.
Now,
Wow. Okay.
Steve's over to you. I just need a second for my heart to.
We have had such a great time, but we have one last thing that we want to do before we close off the session. Wow.
You guys can leave though.
The session for
It's been
tonight.
great. Give a shout out to BK and Phil. Amazing. They did great. But like we said, we just have some people we want to thank.
Yeah, that's right.
Go for it.
First of all, we want to thank each and every one of you
Yes.
that signed up and joined us online, commented,
watched. Come on.
watched, fire emojis, all of the comments. It wouldn't have been the same without you.
Without you.
It's so weird that we can say that we had an online conference and
What?
you guys were a part of it. So thank you.
Thank you so much.
The second group of people is we have a phenomenal group of leaders that have been in the room.
Why don't you
live all
join us?
weekend.
We can squeeze into this. We just want to show you
Come show everyone.
social distancing. Just bring
Come
it
on,
in,
come
bring
on,
it
don't
in.
leave us hanging.
This is all our amazing leaders. Some of them are making it in. Come on. Whoa, we all just. Come on. We just want to say thank you to
Yeah.
all our amazing leaders.
That's right.
It wouldn't have been the same. These are the guys behind the screen. We love you guys so much. Can we give it up for in the chat?
Yes.
Come on. Come
so
on.
good.
We did practice social distancing.
Yeah, just in that moment, but everywhere else we did.
Next, we want to thank the leadership at Scott First City. Thank you guys so much for believing in the youth, for allowing us to host this conference, for just, for believing in the youth and letting this happen. Can we shout out the leaders of
Thank
City
you, guys.
Church, God First City? We love you
Yeah.
so much.
So good.
The next group of people I want to thank all the speakers. Jason Devonish, Jason Sandows,
Brandon,
and
Al,
Wanga.
Katie.
You guys did an amazing job. To the youth pastors, to the students, man,
So good.
you brought the heat.
It was so good. We thank
Like
you so
rain
much.
couldn't even calm down the heat you brought. Come on now.
We know what it took to prepare and
Yeah.
just to listen to God's heart. You spoke to us with such confidence and
Such
such
truth.
So, you owe me a Coke. But thank you so much for all that you did for us this conference.
Yes, thank you so much.
I would like to thank Candice from
Candice,
Vision Works in
come
4
on.
ways. She allowed us to go to her practice to shoot our promo video. It was so much fun. They were so kind to us, so generous. That's Vision Works in 4 ways.
Come
Thank you
on.
so much for letting us use your space and for giving us your time. Actually, she made a cameo in the video as well.
Come on now. She was
Yeah.
there with the 1, 2, 2 or 3.
2, 3, 2, 3.
I don't know
Yeah,
how it works.
Candice, thank you so much. We appreciate you so much.
Then another group we want to thank BK, Jeff, and Chris. Thank you guys so much. It was just a lot of work that went into the production of the video, editing, post-production. Guys, thank you so much for all the effort and time, sleep nights.
And I mean, everything just sounded
Amazing.
insane. So we thank you so much for all of the effort that you put in.
Come on.
And then last, but very, very not least.
Yes.
Okay, it's been a long day.
It's been tiring.
Please give it up for our teammates Phil and
And Mike, man,
I don't even know where to start. We've had so many meetings, so many emails, so many gym sessions, so many coffees, so many
coffees.
And you guys, honestly, we wouldn't be here if it weren't for you guys.
Yeah.
We wouldn't be here.
Thank you guys so-
Every idea you saw, I don't know, let's try this.
How thick does this
This
look? Just
background.
one of the many things they did.
Yeah.
Guys, we
It's
thank you
amazing.
so much. The late hours,
Yeah,
the early
early
mornings. We appreciate you guys so much.
Yeah, and we're at the end of it. Can you believe it? After all of that, it's a little bit emotional.
I'm
actually.
getting a little bit teary-eyed
But thank you. We would not be here if it
about
weren't
you
for
guys.
Yeah.
And once again, we're going to do it again. Conference 2021. No one's getting... Whoa! We're dropping tables because we're that excited. Guys, key look out for... Whoa, I just got an important message. We've left you guys hanging. There's a winner of sneakers.
Oh, wow. Jeez, how could
Wow.
we forget?
You know what? We're going to do it right now. Do you know who
Okay.
the winner is?
Do you know who the winner is?
I know who the winner is.
Listen, this person has been consistent from last night.
From last night. Every time I looked at the comment section,
Their
I
name
saw
was
this
there.
person's name.
This person has won a personal pair,
Personal pair.
a fresh new pair.
Crisp new pair.
Is it of their choice? Have we decided it's
It's Air Force Ones.
Air Force One Classics, The winner of this prize is, drumroll please,
Daniel Andre, a pair of Air Force One sneakers
You
are
did it,
coming
bro.
your way.
That's
I will
right.
get hold of you and we'll make it happen.
Well done.
Guys, that's it.
Yeah,
Conference 2020 is a wrap. Man, we love you guys.
that's it.
But don't forget, your conference experience doesn't end. We'll see you Sunday
That's right.
on this channel for one more session.
Live at 5, right?
Live
on
at
this
5.
channel.
Come on, somebody.
And
We'll see
still,
you. Whoa.
there is one thing that we're going to give away tomorrow, so you don't want to miss it.
Yes.
Mystery box is still up for grabs. We will see you tomorrow at Live at 5.
At 5.
See ya.
been so long, and the days are flying by. You don't know if it's really worth it. Will I do it right this time? You got to hold on. You